Okay. Hello and welcome back once again to another episode of Focus. So, there's a lot going on in the world, as I always like to say. And, sometimes we look around and it's a lot worse than we think, and sometimes it's a lot better. You know what they say about the path to a certain place? Only good intentions. But it seems we might have found ourselves in a situation that might not be so appealing for all of us. So once again, come with me as I take you through a short journey to the AI nation. Hello and welcome back once again to another episode of Focus. Now, you know how we do it around here. I read a lot. So, when I come across the interesting article or two, I think as far as I'm concerned, I need to let the rest of you know. So, as we go. The UK government failing to list the use of AI on a mandatory register. Technology Secretary admits Whitehall departments are not being transparent over the way they use AI and algorithms. Not a single Whitehall department has registered the use of artificial intelligence systems since the government said it would become mandatory, prompting warnings that the public sector is flying blind about the deployment of algorithmic technology affecting millions of lives. AI is already being used by the government to inform decisions on everything, from benefit payments to immigration enforcement, and records show public bodies have awarded dozens of contracts for AI and algorithmic services. A contract for facial recognition software worth up to 20 million was put up for grabs last week by a police procurement body set up by the Home Office, reigniting concerns about mass biometric surveillance. But details of only 9 algorithmic systems have so far been submitted to a public register, with none of a growing number of AI programs used in the welfare system, by the Home Office or by the police among them. The dearth of information comes despite the government announcing in February this year that the use of the AI register would be a requirement for all government departments. Experts have warned that if adopted uncritically, AI brings potential for harms, with recent prominent examples of IT systems not working as intended, including the Post Office's Horizon software. AI in use within Whitehall ranges from Microsoft's recently developed Copilot system, which is being widely trialed, to automated fraud and error checks in the benefit system. One recent AI contract notice issued by the Department of Work and Pensions (DWP) described a mushrooming of interest within the DWP, which mirrors that of a wider government and society. Peter Kyle, the Secretary of State for Science and Technology, has admitted the public sector hasn't taken seriously enough the need to be transparent in the way that the government uses algorithms. Asked about the lack of transparency, Kyle told The Guardian, "I accept that if the government is using algorithms on behalf of the public have a right to know. The public needs to feel that algorithms are there to serve them and not the other way around. The only way to do that is to be transparent about their use." Big Brother Watch, a privacy rights campaign group, said the emergence of police facial recognition contracts, despite MP's warning of a lack of legislation to regulate its use, was yet another example of the lack of transparency from government over the use of AI tech. The Secretary's use of AI and algorithms to impact people's lives puts everyone's data rights at risk. Government departments must be open and honest about how they use this tech, said Madeline Stone, Chief Advocacy Officer. The Home Office declined to comment. The Ada Lovelace Institute recently recently warned that AI systems might appear to reduce administrative burdens, but can severely damage public trust and reduce public benefit in the predictions or outcomes they produce are discriminatory, harmful, or simply ineffective. Imogen Parker, an associate director at the Data and AI Research Body, said, "Lack of transparency isn't just keeping the public in the dark. It also means the public sector is flying blind in its adoption of AI. Failing to publish algorithmic transparency records is limiting the public sector ability to determine whether these tools work, learn from what doesn't, and monitor the different social impacts of these tools. Only 3 algorithms have been recorded on the National Register since the end of 2022. They are a system used by the Cabinet Office to identify digital recordings of long-term historical value, an AI-powered camera being used to analyze pedestrian crossings in Cambridge, and a system to analyze patient reviews of NHS services. But since February, there have been 164 contracts with public bodies that mention AI, according to Tussle, a firm that monitors public contracts. Tech companies, including Microsoft and Meta, are vigorously promoting the AI systems across government. Google Cloud funded in a recent report that claimed greater deployment of generative AI could free up to $38 billion annually across the public sector by 2030. Kyle called it a powerful reminder of how generative AI can be revolutionary for government services. Not all the latest public sector AI involves data about members of the public. One $7 million contract with Derby City Council is described as transforming the council using AI technology. And a $4.5 million contract with the Department of Education is to improve the performance of AI for education. A spokesperson for the Department of Science and Technology confirmed the transparency standard is now mandatory for all departments and said a number of records are due to be published shortly. So where is the government already using AI? The Department for Work and Pensions has been using generative AI to read more than 20,000 documents a day to understand and summarize correspondence, after which the full information is then shared with officials for decision-making. It has automated systems for detecting fraud and error in universal credit claims, and AI assists agents working on personal independence payment claims by summarizing evidence. This autumn, DWP started deploying basic AI tools in job centers, allowing work coaches to ask questions about universal credit guidance in an attempt to improve the effectiveness of conversations with job seekers. The Home Office deploys an AI-powered immigration enforcement system which critics call a robo-caseworker. An algorithm is involved in shaping decisions, including returning people to their home countries. The government describes it as a rules-based rather than AI system, as it does not involve machine learning from data. It says it brings efficiencies by prioritizing work, but that a human remains responsible for each decision. The system is being used amid a rising caseload of asylum seekers who are subject to removal action, now at about 41,000 people. Several police forces use facial recognition software to track down suspected criminals with the help of artificial intelligence. These have included the Metropolitan Police, South Wales Police, and Essex Police. Critics have warned that such software will transform the streets of Britain into a high-tech police lineup, or into high-tech police lineups. But supporters say it catches criminal suspects and the data of innocent passersby is not stored. NHS England has a $330 million contract with Palantir to create a huge new data platform. The deal with the US company that builds AI-enabled digital infrastructure and is led by the Donald Trump backer Peter Thiel has sparked concerns about the patient privacy. Although Palantir says its customers retain full control of the data, an AI chatbot is being trialed to help people navigate the sprawling gov.uk government website. It has been built by the government's digital service using OpenAI's ChatGPT technology. Redbox, another AI chatbot used by civil servants in Downing Street and other government departments, has also been deployed to allow officials to quickly delve into secure government papers and rapid summaries and tailored briefings. Now, from the last time, from when this article was originally published, they edited it and it was amended on the 20th of November 2024 to clarify that the figure of up to 38 billion, which is a recent report claimed, could be freed up across the public sector by 2030, is an annual figure. As always, as I like to say, Earth is an amazing place. I mean, AI in almost every walk of life is getting there, but we'll see what it truly manifests into. But as always, welcome back once again to another episode of Focus, and thanks for joining. If you have got the time, stick around for the thoughts and facts section. You know how we go. Take care. Have a good one. Okay, so if you're still around, welcome once again to the thoughts and facts section. And as I like to say, our history is pretty vast and we're making it pretty fast. So in this instance, I'ma hit you up with more of my thoughts than that many facts. Whether or not it will be short or long, who's to say? But once again, thanks for joining. First up, let's start by this. I mean, there have been a lot of stories going around about what AI can do for us and how it is already being deployed or incorporated into our daily lives, as one would say. But before I go any further on my personal thoughts, I'm gonna just take you back to the actual article. Let's just have a quick conversation or a quick thought. Let's look at, let's say, all of these departments that were already using this AI technology. Let's examine the first draw of the game. Many of these sectors actually made quite a few people redundant. Truth. Another, I suppose, fact to this, no fiction, is the fact that these AI algorithms, because we're not dealing with actual AI, the actual AI is more power hungry than an algorithm, right? So the algorithm that's replaced hundreds of workers is nowhere near as expensive, right? So I would argue that adding this technology to this existing department and keeping every single worker would increase the efficiency, correct? Especially if at the end of the day each caseload or each claim or whatever it is has to be ran through a human advisor or a human first. Let's pause there for that second. All right, let's examine just that human factor in this AI situation. Let's think about it like this. If you want to do something, buy something, go somewhere, hell, if you even want to learn something, you need all the relevant or pertinent information so that you can make an informed decision, right? Now, you might appreciate all of these fine, detailed facts, but the human element might be lacking. With all of these facts, like let's say a school or an apartment, a house, it might say something like all of these are great locations. It might be great to go to school here. It's amazing. The curriculum is you know what I'm trying to say. But those would be all the facts. It might be cost effective, it might be cheaper, it might be more expensive. You might have all of these things laid out to you so you would be able to make an informed decision. Okay, so what about the human aspect of it? What is it like in the area of this school, of this house? Is it somewhere you would like to live? Is it a pleasant environment? Apologies. But you understand what I'm trying to say. I mean, if you're someone who wanted to live in a greener area and you went on to, let's say, what do you call it? You know, a real estate agent's website or something, trying to find a house, and they've got access to a nifty little AI assistant that can help you get through it all quickly, right? You enter what you like, what you don't like, and it puts it in. Or you just enter the basics, your budget, your price range, area, location, and it will give you a list of houses. It would not include your particular likes, like is it close to public transportation, or is it far from public transportation? Is it a quiet area? Is it a noisy area? Some people might like living in noisy areas because it might remind them from where they came from, if they grew up in a city or if they grew up in the countryside. It depends on where you are, each to their own. But you're on my line of thought. You understand what I'm trying to say? So let's take it back now that you've got where I'm coming from. Let's go back to all of these, how do you call it, algorithms and AIs that are already being deployed in the Home Office, in the police force, in the, the Department for Work and Pensions. So all of these systems are making decisions based on the facts. They're not taking into account people's personal situations or hardships or circumstances. Are you getting where I'm coming from now? So the Ada Lovelace Institute argued that it could be a problem in sense of people's data rights, but I argue that it could be a problem in the sense that it's completely removing a really essential part of a decision-making process. And I mean, I appreciate the fact that there are rules, there are policies, you know, there are things set in place. But at the end of the day, the human element counts for quite a lot. And the reason I say this is because obviously these technologies are being rolled out and being used in quite a few places, not just in what the article itself mentioned. But before I move on to that, there was one more other thing I wanted to mention. And I mean, I don't want to sound, I don't know how it will sound. The fact is, it's like this. Imagine if you're going through or trying to find something in particular using one of these AI assistants, let's say on the gov.uk website, for example. If you don't get the wording right, or if this AI or algorithm isn't completely accurate, it could not only lead you to the wrong place, but it could actually continually prevent you from actually finding what you want. Now that I've said it like that, I am going to say the actual thought. And the actual thought is, because a lot of these governments make finding information and accessing information slightly difficult. I mean, not everyone has access to a computer, for one, so getting onto these websites, even to be able to view these things, is difficult to say. you'd have to have public access, which is limited, I suppose, depending on how you look at it. I mean, everyone has access to a smartphone, but let's be real, not everyone can actually afford one of those. Yes, they have become cheaper than they have ever been in years, but the prices of everything has gone from 0 to 100. So, anyway, that was just that. There was another thing I wanted to mention, was the fact that, like I said, these AIs or algorithms are being introduced and incorporated into many aspects of our life. I remember reading the first story about how it was used in the UK, I believe, on the traffic systems, either the pedestrian crossing or the light systems. And what it showed was that it could actually speed up or it increased the traffic efficiency in the area by up to 70 or 80%. It was a ridiculous number. True, but ridiculous. But also I've noticed that they've been mentioned as being used as teaching assistants. So a teacher has a teaching assistant that is an AI assistant. So obviously using this would make their caseloads lighter. But we've also known, or we are also aware, that AI can, how did an expert put it, hallucinate? I mean, they can get it wrong. So using this to actually assign classwork, making it a part of the curriculum for classes, teachers, schools, I don't know how involved it actually is, if it's from primary to secondary to high school and or university. But it does beg a question. Are we being informed the right way, or are we just being, fed facts? Because at the end of the day, if you're using AI or algorithm to write or prepare your classwork, you're kind of lacking that human element once again, and it's kind of like you're taking a step back from being what you signed up to be, which was a teacher. You understand what I'm saying? It kind of defeats the purpose if you've got an artificial intelligence assistant helping you do your job. Or technically, let's say it as it is, this assistant does the job for you. You literally just have to ask it one question, say you want this, and it will do the complete lesson. So it will beg another question. How qualified will teachers need to be if, let's say, in the future the mainstream will be that every teacher has an artificial intelligent teaching assistant? I mean, they would be able to do anything using that assistant. They technically would not need to know any of the actual information that they're teaching, because that teacher or that person will be 100% aware of the fact that this artificial intelligence most likely would be either compiled using literally every curriculum or piece of, educational material out there, or deviated or divided or differentiated between every school. You understand what I'm trying to say? The point is, eventually, you won't need the teacher, will you? Not to mention, if, let's say, every single one of these assistants are continually learning and picking up on how each one of these teachers structure each one of their lessons. And obviously you have a database with thousands of teachers' teaching methods. You'd be able to compile a pretty accurate or efficient teaching tool. I mean, this teaching assistant, especially if it's linked on just one network, it means it's all linked. So effectively, you're creating one amazing teacher. I mean, come on, you've got to love that. But it's not only in schools. I mean, obviously, we've had what can I say? There was a major incident, let's just say that, highlighting a certain insurance company. Yeah, I'm sure you're with me. I'm not going to mention names or anything like that. But what I'm going to mention is that I read or I came across an article, and it had something disturbing. I mean, it actually threw me a little bit. It mentioned how I think a 2-day-old or a 3-day-old baby that was still on a respirator incubator was actually sent a letter by name. This baby, who's only 3 days old, was sent a letter addressed and in the hospital telling this baby, this infant, this couple day old child, this nothingness. It still had to become something, that they could not allow the insurance claim to go through because a day ago or 2 days ago they were breathing fine without it. Yeah. Like I said, it took me back a little. At just the fact that a company could automate so much so that they would miss the fact that you're sending a letter to an infant, a baby, who clearly has no means and cannot read this letter. So it should have been addressed to their parents, or at least the doctor in the hospital. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's a little upsetting when you see situations like this. And obviously I thought it was needless to mention, but I will say it. Apologies. Even facial recognition technology, this has been trained on and has already been found to be biased towards certain nationalities, let's say. Not to mention, as the article also said, the Horizon issue. Which leads me to another thing. I mean, even now they plan on, or it's not a plan, it's past, it's happened. This is a done deal. Fact. England's Royal Mail is going to be owned by, I think, either Russian, German, some kind of billionaire. The point is, it's going to continue to be a privately owned company. The only reason I mention this is because you just had an issue with AI and Horizon, and I think it was not Fukushima. I forget the name of them. Inconsequential. The fact is, you just had a monumental scandal with this company. I would think it would be a good idea to keep it in-house. I mean, the last time I checked, it was called the Royal Mail, right? But one more thing, or two more things. Let's ponder for a second how it's also being, and when I say it, I mean artificial intelligence, is also being used in banks. Now, not just banks. Imagine all of these things being applied to many more aspects of our life. Utilities. So now, one error in a code could lead you to a bill that you could never possibly afford. I say that in the sense that I remember reading a story that someone was sent out a letter saying that they owed either 70 or 90 or it was a ridiculous figure for the amount of either gas or electricity they used for the year, which for the record was statistically impossible, but yet still the letter still went out. See the problem? AI is allowing for problems to happen that cannot be, how can you say, rectified with any easy or simple solution. In situations like that, especially if, let's say, someone has a direct debit set up, the money can just disappear from your account. This can leave people in serious problems. But who am I but a simple guy with just an opinion? I mean, don't get me wrong. I am all for artificial intelligence. I am. I just believe that it can be used in a much more enlightening way. And when I say enlightening, I mean it can be used in a way that could uplift society and humanity to an incredible degree. I have to be honest. It's because the powers that be, those who have access or who control these things, are applying them to completely the wrong things. Let's just track back for a second. Even in the NHS, yeah. All right. Let's talk about this Palantir. What is it? I think that's a little dangerous, but that's me getting a little political. But I'm still going to mention it. I remember not long ago, Donald Trump, when he was president, wanted into the NHS, or he wanted to buy it or sell it, or it had to be part of some deal when he was president. If you ask me, this Palantir contract seems like a very, very nice backdoor into the system. And I'm just going to say it like this. If they build this system, NHS or the UK is going to have to pay them to maintain it. Yes, they said that the NHS or the patients will still have access to their data, but the system itself will have to be maintained. The system itself will have to be paid for. Now, you know how lawyers and contracts go. I mean, right now there's contracts set up with incinerators all over the country, and because these incinerators aren't running at max capacity, the councils that they are set up in have to pay them. Alright? So, back to Palantir. What happens when the UK government cannot pay the maintenance for this program? Is there going to be some automatic clause that allows Donald Trump's backer, I think Mr. Tile, to actually seize not only the system but effectively the NHS? I know. It's a completely out there idea. But hey, Donald Trump said that he would let anyone who wasn't paying towards the global defense bill to get attacked. I mean, that doesn't sound like something a sensible or a reasonable person would say, let alone the president of America. But I've gone too far. As always, as I like to say, our history is pretty vast, and we're making it pretty fast. So, in the grand scheme of it all, what's 34 minutes of your time? As always, it's not like I don't appreciate every single second. Thanks once again for taking the time to listen to another episode of Focus. You know, as I like to say, The world is an amazing place. There's a lot going on. And sometimes we just need to take a moment to focus. Take care.